Hey guys, what a life. I'm here in Amsterdam, ready to go to Mexico after 2 interesting months in Europe where I've seen a lot. I've been amazed at the change that happened in Europe. People are open in a way I haven't seen before for all the years I've lived there. COVID and the war in Ukraine have really changed the people. So something special have happened in Europe. In one area, in another area is sad because many people in church have not seen that change. They're not aware yet of the change that happening in Europe, and sadly many people are still sleeping. I want to talk more about that in a video I'll give out in a few days about this trip and what I learned in Europe. Now we are ready to board the plane here. I want to show you something. This is F6 and here we have F9. I had so many memories for this part of the airport here in Amsterdam. It just shows what a crazy life. Some years ago, I was actually flying to Toronto, Canada, and I was on a plane there. I was inside the plane, and then there was problem with the plane, and we need to go out of that plane and go to F6 on another plane. And then we flew from that plane instead to Toronto, Canada. And as soon as I landed in Toronto, Canada, I found out I didn't have my passport with me. And they're like, what? And I said to the steward, I don't have my passport. What? But how did you come on the plane? You are on another plane, but where's your passport on the other plane? So I have sat on the other plane, I put my things in and somehow laid my passport in the seat thing. And then we went out, and on that plane I was on a phone, and then they say, come in, and I went on a plane without my passport. So my Danish passport, I have it someplace here, is actually still made in Toronto, Canada at the embassy. So that is one story I have from this airplane here, from this gate. Another story is this was the gate we went when we went to Brazil, where we filmed the movie 7 Days Adventure with God, and that was an amazing time. If you haven't seen the movie, I can put a link in here. And we had 7 days adventure. And there I talk about that the life is a journey with God. It is a adventure. And now I'm standing here in the same gate. Now, 7 years later, last time I was flying, 8 years later, I was flying from this gate. Now I've been in America for 4 years. I've been in jail 1 year. I have been in Mexico 1 year. I've been touring Europe for 2 months, and now I'm going back to Mexico. What a life. What a life. And we are all called to live that life. Make sure that your life is not just a journey, but make sure it's an adventure. For everyone, our life is a journey, but for us who have the Holy Spirit and walking by the Spirit is more than a journey. It is truly our adventure, where we are walking what God has prepared for us to walk in, and that is a very excited life. So much to share about Europe and what God did here, and so many testimonies. But also, in one area, I am excited of the change that happened in Europe. COVID. The war in Ukraine had done something good when it comes to faith and the people. But the church don't all see it. And I want to talk about that in another video I'll give out in a few days. And I also want to talk about the need for strong families, because I've seen a lot of people not only stagnant in that way that they are not moving forward, but I've seen many people going backwards. Christians and families being destroyed, and I want to talk about that. We should continue moving forward. But I want to say it's special to be back here. We love you guys, and it was so amazing to meet many of you in Europe. Our old friends, people we haven't seen before. We met people who was 4th generation disciples of people I discipled, who have discipled people, who have discipled people in 4th generation. I met people who just came and thanked me and said, Torben, you changed my life, and because of that I've started a few churches now, and I'm traveling there, and so many testimonies to share. But I'll do that more in a few days. But goodbye Europe, and then I will say back to Mexico, where we start the next Luke 10 school in 3 weeks. And what a journey. God bless you all. Thank you for this time. Bye-bye.